Next on All Access.
I'm Dan Roach. The Patriots talked this week about having an opportunity to shock the world in Buffalo Sunday.
Time to show the world what we can do.
I'm Scott Zolak, and we'll look at the continued evolution of quarterback Drake Maye.
I'm Mike Reese. After a disappointing performance in Arizona, where do the Patriots go from here?
And I'm Steve Burton. Those stories plus a gourmet tale from the tailgate.
I don't even know who started calling me the parking lot chef, but it got to the point that I was identified by that.
All Access begins right now.
Turning get Connor leaps into the end zone.
Dried out in the desert, New England loses their fourth straight game. Hello and welcome to Patriots All Access presented by GEICO. I'm Steve Burton. Their bye week didn't provide the necessary boost, and when the game was still in doubt, it was the Cardinals who ended up making more plays.
Fourth down and less than one to Stevenson. He takes the hand up. He runs it into the left side. And Ramondre is engulfed. And it does not appear that he got the first down. The Cardinals with a stop. And a red zone stop.
Welcome, everyone, to our Bob's Discount Furniture Studios with Mike Reese and Paul Perillo. I asked you last week, was it too much to be competitive? Well, were you surprised this game wasn't competitive?
I was very surprised. I thought coming out of a bye, there would be a little bit more urgency. I thought the way we had sort of talked, maybe we talked ourselves into it, Mike, sort of become pesky down the stretch and be a spoiler for some of these teams. I didn't love now it's always easy to second guess a game plan when it obviously doesn't work, but I thought they were a little slow to sort of get out of that offensive game plan that they opened the game with. And they really just didn't really provide much of a pushback at all.
I was shocked. You come off a bye. You get an extra practice, first of all. One in full pads, which you don't get a lot of those. People should know that. You make the most of them when you have them. So usually when you're in full pads, you have a chance to tighten up your fundamentals, your blocking, your tackling, your snapping of the football when you're in full pads. Just like simple, really simple things. Honestly, Steve, that like you teach at like the Pop Warner level, and I don't mean that in a demeaning way. So where I was shocked was just at the breakdown in the simple fundamentals. Paul, to your point, before we even get to game plan, I'm starting at an even more simple point.
And it was widespread, too. Mike brings up a great point with the snap. So that derails, one of the series. And then you have seemingly Badarian Lowe not really on the same page as the rest of the offense. An individual breakdown on back-to-back plays, that ruins another drive. A Layden Robinson hold derails what was a promising opening drive. So it wasn't just, a couple of guys didn't play well. It was widespread, and it really hurt the whole operation. One or two guys breaking down on an individual play, and all of a sudden the offense does nothing through three quarters.
All right, you're mentioning players, but is it coaching or is it players?
I think it's a good combination of both. I think it's fair to second-guess the game plan like I did in the open. I think that they felt like the Cardinals would be very aggressive. They're a blitzing defense, and they would come after them. And they threw a lot of quick throws, a lot of quick screens, and really none of them worked. I thought they had the Cardinals had a lot of helmets around the football. I could have predicted at halftime that they would take a shot right away at the start of the second half. Obviously, the Cardinals did, too, because they had it double covered. So I just felt like they didn't have any answers for what Arizona was doing.
And, Steve, to your question, I always feel like it's never one or the other. It's like always a combination, and it's like a pie, and how much do you want to split it up? I think everyone has a part in this, and if you put on that helmet that's in front of us with that logo, the standard needs to be higher. I think that's the fairest way to say it than what we saw in Arizona.
Okay, so what can we expect going forward?
I would expect at least a little bit of a pushback. I think they've responded in these spots, with a better effort the next week. What
does that mean?
Yeah, well, listen, it's not going to be easy. Can we just? They could play their best game, and it might not look on the scoreboard all that much different. Buffalo is flying right now, so it's going to be a tall task to go to Buffalo and be a pesky out like we've been talking about, but. you have to have a better effort, I think, for 60 minutes than they did. You have 3 points through 3 quarters, Mike. That's not good enough.
And just start by doing the simple things right, Steve. Like, snap the ball.
Yeah.
Right? Like put, hand placement, like very, very, no. And this is
tackling.
But in a lot of ways,
Snap the ball.
But Steve,
are we there? Are we
Steve,
at that point?
That's football, though, in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
It is the simple things, right? And until you can do those, it's hard to go forward. So it's like, pass, go, collect 200, the old thing. Like, you got to start at go, right? And so I think that's what to expect. Like, they have shown, as Paula said, they have turned the page or changed the page, as Gerard Mayo says. Do that and see where it takes you.
You keep saying turn the page. It's a big book. It's a big book. We keep turning pages over and over again. All right, guys, don't go far. Because we'll talk to you guys a little later on in the show.
Okay.
We'll be back more Patriots All Access right after this.
Coming up on All Access.
We introduce you to linebacker Anthony Jennings.
Wayne just authentic, and he's just a lyrical genius. He's been doing it for a long time.
And later, we break down some amazing improv by Drake Maye.
You give him a lane to step up. Now he can extend the play with his feet. His eyes are up, which I love. He's not trying to pull the ball down. He's ready to throw. Boom.
You're watching Patriots All Access.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Bank of America, official bank of the New England Patriots. By Sports Illustrated Tickets, 50 million sports, concerts, and theater tickets, 0 fees. Fans deserve better. Visit sitickets.com today. And by Cross Insurance, official insurance broker of the New England Patriots.
Make some plays in. Let's have some fun. Hey, playmakers with me. Playmakers 3. 1, 2, 3. Playmakers.
Welcome to Arizona.
All day today, man. Let's go make the most of it. Here's our 3. 1, 2. Let's go. Let's do it.
Loosen up those hips. Loosen them up.
Now Murray throws it by back shoulder toss toward the end zone for Harrison Jr. Again wrestling with Gonzalez.
Hey, that's it, go. Hey, that's it, go.
Murray throws it toward the end zone for Harrison Jr. He beat Gonzalez and the throw was there over the shoulder. No, it's knocked away, incomplete.
They're still trying. They'll learn at some point. That's that training in attitude. That's what I'm talking about. Keep trying me. Get out of here.
Douglas motions left. Drake takes the step, drop back. He's being pressured. He's rolling left. Mayo is going to run across the 5. He shovels it over the end zone. And the pass is caught by Pop Douglas. Touchdown, Patriots. Another sour note for the Patriots on which to end. They fall to the Cardinals 30-17.
A programming note for you. Sunday's game in Buffalo will be played at 4:25. So with that comes a larger audience. Can a marquee matchup against the Bills bring out the best in the Patriots? Dan Roach has more.
They've lost 4 straight and head to Buffalo to meet the 11-3 Bills Sunday. But the Pats are looking at it as a chance to feel good heading into the holidays.
It's a great opportunity to, first of all, to go play a divisional team, a team who's red hot right now, a team who's battling to be number 1 seed in the AFC. I always love going and playing Bills Mafia. It's always a pleasure. Crazy fans kind of remind me of college, but no mistake, we're going up here to win a football game.
We already told ourselves that this game is about us coming out there doing what we're supposed to do, dominating. They moved the game to prime time, so time to show the world what we can do.
Another challenge will be facing quarterback Josh Allen, who has thrown for 5 touchdowns and run for 5 touchdowns in just the last 2 games.
How unique is Josh Allen?
I think he's playing the best quarterback in the NFL right now. Definitely MVP. You think he's going out of bounds, make amazing throws in the end zone, unbelievable throws. And he's just carrying that team because, you look at when they lost Stephon Diggs, lost Gabe Davis, and, Josh is still carrying the team and even having a better year even than when he had with those guys.
Meanwhile, some tough news for the Patriots this week, as Christian Barmore was placed back on the reserved non-football illness list after experiencing recurring symptoms related to his blood clots. We all wish the 25-year-old a full recovery and the best of health going forward. This has been a strange rivalry in the AFC East. From 2003 to 2020, the Patriots dominated the Bills, going 31-3. But since 2020, the Patriots just 2-7 against the Bills, including a playoff loss in Buffalo. With the Patriots here in Foxborough, for All Access, I'm Dan Roach.
Welcome back to Patriots All Access. Time to sit down and chat with my guy here, Gerard Mayo, head coach of the Patriots. Gerard, a little bit of Groundhog Day, sort of, saying the same thing at the beginning of these shows where, how did you feel about the game?
Yeah, when it's all said and done, it just comes down to execution from the coaches, execution from the players, and, we went out there and didn't play the way we needed to play to win the game.
Coming out of the bye, you do some self-scouting. I love what you did at the beginning of the game. Take the ball. Let's get the ball on offense. Let's get going. 4 plays, you're down to their 33. It was a scary situation with Mac Wilson. Then another guy goes down. Yeah. Then all of a sudden you get the holding call, takes you back. You guys lose a ton of momentum there, right?
Yeah, and that has hurt us throughout the season where we have momentum, we're moving the ball, we're stopping them on defense, and a penalty either extends the drive or sets us back. And we're not a team that can go backwards, especially when you're close to that scoring area. But that was the mindset in taking the ball. I know everyone talks about that, second quarter, third quarter swing and things like that. But we wanted to get out fast and score first so we could play from ahead and play with the lead.
And it's better for the defense too, because you call games defensively different when you're up, right?
That's right. Yeah. That's right. And just knowing how this game is going to play out. And again, look, weather wasn't an issue. We're inside a dome. They opened the roof, but weather wasn't an issue. The sun really wasn't an issue. So we felt like that was the best thing to do for the team.
Forget about the press conference of the day after. We're talking about Drake. And do you understand, fans? I think they're used to seeing the former number 12 sneak the ball all the time, and it would never get stopped. But Drake's sort of a different cat. It's not really about the sneak. For me, it's like he can make some plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, 100%.
Get him on the run.
Yeah, 100%. This guy's athletic. He can run. He can, he can sneak. He can do whatever. And I would say this with his mentality, he wants to do what's best for the team as well. And I appreciate that.
I think that's the best trait he has too. And then also putting bad plays behind him quickly.
That's right. And learning from those mistakes. So he's not a repeat error guy, and that's a great trait.
Christian Gonzalez gets hurt 4th game, I think, last year in Dallas. Now you get him for the whole year. How great is it to see him growing up in front of you?
It's been fantastic. I haven't been shy about saying he's one of the best corners in the league, one of the best corners that I've been around. Now, in saying that, he still has room to grow. He's fast. He has, he's very fluid in his movement. He's just the ultimate, just a great corner.
Whether playing with Vince or going back to your playing days, trying to think of guys, guys that worked hard, Edelman, Welker, Brady, Gronk. You can tell there's something special with him. He doesn't want to be good. I think, the way he defended, I thought Harrison, I thought it was his best game of the year so far.
Look, he studies, we go into the beginning of the week, look, this is your guy, and he studies those guys to a T, and he's a good professional.
Buffalo Bills this week, tall task.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into what's your game plan going to be with them, but when you continue to talk about what you guys need to do, is it more, I don't know if it's hard to sit there and say, but this isn't really about Buffalo, this is really about us guys going on the road again and trying to put something together.
That's right, and we have to play the game the right way. What's that mean? That's complementary football, offense, defense, and special teams playing as one. That's also protecting the ball and doing a good job in the red area, both offensively and defensively. If we do those things, we give ourselves a good opportunity to win games.
I asked you, I think, on the radio side of it about Joe Milton, being the show quarterback.
Yeah.
You got a guy this week with size, same thing. How important of a week is it, or was it for Joe to give you a look at Josh Allen? And how hard is it to defend this guy?
It's a huge advantage to have a guy like Joe Milton, a guy that's athletic and get out the pocket and throw the ball down the field. And that is Josh Allen. And he's given us a good look this week, and hopefully that transfers to the game.
All right, it's time now for Ask Me Almost Anything. It comes from Jason V. Going in, I think it's called Ralph Wilson Stadium. They're building a brand new stadium next to it. They're going to have a great new stadium. But can you explain to fans the drive-in, not only as a player, but now you've done it as a coach for a couple of years, seeing Bills Mafia on the ride in? How different is that than any other game when we get an escort in?
It's kind of similar to LSU. So when I was in college, we went to LSU. It's kind of, that vibe of you go through these neighborhoods first and you see all the fans out there on the field, and then you pull into the stadium and they're out there, man. They're deep. Doesn't matter what the weather is. A real passionate fan base.
Was Saban right? You could actually smell the bourbon?
I can't smell the bourbon, but it's definitely a party.
Do you appreciate their passion?
At 100%.
That's great. All right, if you want to ask the coach a question, you have to go to patriots.com/askcoach. We'll be back in the show later, a little side of Mayo. So you hang tight for us, all right?
Let's do it.
All right, there you go. More Patriots All Access. We'll be back right after this.
I'm from the South, so I like soul food. A little bit of everything: cornbread, fried chicken, greens, mac and cheese, ribs.
What about jambalaya?
Jambalaya? I ain't a huge fan, but I'll eat it.
Yeah, look at me, look at me. Look at me, look at me. Look at me.
Who's your favorite artist?
All time?
Yes, sir.
Probably Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne just authentic, and he's just a lyrical genius. He's been doing it for a long time.
Look at me.
If you weren't in the NFL, what do you think you'd be doing?
I'd probably be a professional fisherman. I feel like it's peaceful. It's something that I used to enjoy doing with my granddad before he passed away. It's something I did as a young boy, a young child, and I always fish. So it just been a part of me for a long time.
Look at me.
Do you have a favorite place to visit?
Yeah, anywhere tropical. I like the Bahamas a lot. Probably the water, clear, peaceful. Just a good vibe.
Look at me.
My favorite form of working out, probably bicycle or riding bikes, Peloton or something.
Why?
It ain't as bad as running.
Joining me now is Patriots running back Antonio Gibson. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you.
Hey, I know wins and losses are not what you expected them to be, right? Mm-hmm. Aside from the record, how's the season gone personally for you?
I have my ups and I have my downs. I think I started out the season slowly, if you ask me personally, and it took a turning for me to change my mindset and fix how I was doing things inside the building and at practice. And these past 4 weeks, it's been showing. And I've been
no question.
Good, yep.
You've gotten rolling. Do you feel that?
Yeah, for sure. It's been showing for sure.
14 games in, I know the offense isn't where it's supposed to be, but have you feel like you guys are getting closer to that?
Definitely. I feel like last game we had a slower start, but these past couple games we've been able to move the ball well. It's just been the small things, self-inflicted penalties on third down when we got a first, getting to the goal line and not finishing on third and short, fourth and short. So we get rid of those. We've been pretty consistent.
Yeah. Why is that? Is it a matter of consistency?
Definitely. That's something you have to have in this league, especially playing against the best of the best week in and week out. You have to have that.
Talk about your quarterback, Drake Maye, and how have you seen him develop over the season?
Just rookie, man. It shows every year with every guy's coming in. He started off a little bit slow, but he never showed hesitation. That's one thing I could say, and it's just been slowly progressing. He feels comfortable out there, and you can start seeing it week in and week out how comfortable he gets.
You and Ramondre, double team tandem. How has he helped you? How have you helped him?
Just watching how patient he is in the run game. I know early off he started off super hot, and I know things kind of slowed down, but man, a great back, and just seeing how he hit the holes, how patient he was, and definitely one of his weapons is stiff arm. I don't know if you could tell, but if you watch a couple of the last games, I've been using my stiff arm.
I saw that.
So
I saw that. Yeah.
I give Mondre the props for that one. And, you know, just being able to compliment when he comes off the field, you know, nothing's missing.
You guys have had a good relationship. That's good.
Yeah, for sure.
That's good. In Detroit, they got nicknames for their running backs.
Yeah.
Knuckles and Strength. Right?
Yeah.
Did you guys ever want nicknames?
That's smooth right there. I don't know if nothing can compare, and you know, I don't want to follow the trend, but that right there pretty smooth. I like that right there.
You like it?
Yeah, I like
So
that.
you could go along with it if somebody came up with something?
If somebody came up with something, you know, we could rock with it.
Good luck in Buffalo.
Thank you so much.
You got it.
Yes, sir.
Antonio Gibson, our guest. All right, welcome back to Patriots All Access. Time now for your player spotlight. My guy, Brian Hoyer, former quarterback, joins me in. And we're going to take a look at Drake Maye again. When Brian's in, we break down 3 plays for Drake Maye. The good, the bad, the ugly, and maybe even the better. What are we starting with?
We're going to start with the pick. I mean, you call it bad, but I don't think it was terrible.
I think it was a good spot where he threw it.
It was a great spot.
Okay.
And we're going to let it roll here because you know what? I was standing over there last week when you had him up here. He was talking about these high lows, right? He sees it right. It's a great play. We used to call this the bow. They had arrow, they had bow. Hooper's going to come up here, sit. He sets the hook on Kazir White, and here comes Booty wrapping around. Now, the one thing you'll see here is one of these D linemen get right at Drake's feet, so he resets back right there. You see him reset?
Yep,
He'd like to be throwing, but he has to reset. There's someone at his feet, which then now he understands this safety is driving.
He's driving.
And so what he wants to do is instead of throwing Booty into a blow-up, he's trying to settle him down. That's the thing, you know, Zoe. Sometimes at quarterback, you just feel that.
Yeah.
You know you can't lead the guy. You don't want him to get blown up, so he puts the ball where he wants it.
When you're looking at this, is that zone or is that man coverage?
We used
zone.
to call this like a loose, matched zone blitz, right? That's why there's no one in there.
Booty's going to realize there's nobody in my hip pocket. I could choke it down in a hole if I need to.
Well, especially when you feel like the timing's off. This is the deep look. You really get a whole sense of the play. There they are. They're bringing 5. Okay, but it's loosely matched. So right here we're going to see, and White takes Hooper. And the corner's just playing slough. He's sloughing off right here. He's going to take it in the vertical, but inside he knows he's got help from Buda Baker right there. So look, is it the perfect throw? No, but I do think Drake's doing this with intention, knowing that he can't throw.
He's National Football League. Got to make this catch.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to something a little bit better. This was a throw kind of reminiscent of the go route to Booty early on, but this is a guy, and KB is not the fastest. I love KB, but he runs such great route discipline, and what he's able to do here is stack the corner quickly. So we talk about that right there. Okay, he's even. He gets back on top of him, and Drake knows it right away. It's one-on-one. It's matched up. We got Baker kind of leaning to the left hash here, so right away, if you have a go one-on-one, you know you're going to have the ability to put some air under it. And the thing I love about Drake, these go balls, he's got great touch on them. He's not throwing.
He loves throwing them.
Yeah, he loves throwing them. Feel comfortable.
And you're going to have to hit these, or teams are going to see that you're going to throw short, and we're just going to put 8. It felt to me calling a game. There were times 8 guys are up on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Well, they were running the ball, so they got to help. You got to help take that away. I think you take one of these every quarter. If you 50% on them, that's huge. Those are huge gains. You're skipping third down. We knew third down was a problem for them. Right here, a big play to KB, and KB just keeps being reliable.
All right, there it is right here. And of course, the red zone touchdown where I don't want to say protection breaks down, but I think he feels that pressure left side here with Vidarian Lowe, and he slips up underneath it.
But what I like here is early on, what we saw Drake try to do is escape out of the back of the pocket, right? You're right. He feels the pressure, but it's up around the edge, and now he knows I can come up here and then find a little zone to get out. Does a great job, and obviously, look, this is when you have an athletic quarterback in the red area, and Belichick used to say this all the time, that's another weapon because, yeah, you can cover all of these guys, you can rush, but if this guy gets free, he can either run it in or, as we see here, he's about to run it in last second. I mean, the vision to see this
And
anticipated that Pop's guy's going to come off to try to tackle him, shovel it through there. Look, I'm sure a lot of people saw Josh Allen the other night. He kind of two-hand shoveled it, got called back. But these are exciting plays, and I think the one thing when you have a guy like Drake and his athleticism, it's just an added factor down there. Now the defense has to be very conscious about how they rush, because if you give him a lane to step up, now he can extend the play with his feet. His eyes are up, which I love. He's not trying to pull the ball down. He's ready to throw. Boom. I mean, this is some next level stuff. That's the third pick in the draft.
That is not in the playbook.
No, that's not in the playbook.
No.
And I promise you're not practicing that either. So that's his natural skill set, just kind of coming to light and knowing when to do it and how to do it.
And that's a nice threat to have down in tight. So thanks for coming in, buddy. Appreciate it.
Good.
There you go. There's your player spotlight. More of those plays from Drake Maye. But more of All Access will return right after this.
Coming up on All Access.
This Tale from the Tailgate is moving on up for a much nicer piece of pie.
A lot of my recipes are very simple. Everyone's like, oh my God, this is so good. And it's like, if they only knew it was like 5 ingredients, and it really wasn't that difficult. It's kind of easy sometimes. That's probably the secret that I shouldn't tell anyone.
You're watching Patriots All Access.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar, Gillette's ultimate shaving experience.
Welcome back to All Access, presented by GEICO. For many things in life, preparation is the key to success. For our latest installment of Tales from the Tailgate, presented by Bud Light, our tailgater hammers home that point. Sean Gogan works tirelessly on high-end tailgate before game day so that his guests can enjoy the fruits of his labor.
I do 7 different items every week, from appetizers, main dishes, pizza. Yeah, I can prep the chicken, we can finish the dough. Every week I have a menu I print out, bring it to the game. It's menu tomorrow, we're gonna do a cold app, which is gonna be bruschetta shooters. The hot appetizer is gonna be a chicken and maple waffle bites. Pizza, we're gonna do a Reuben pizza. Main dish will be a Montreal spice rub strip steaks. We're doing crock pot loaded baby potatoes, pumpkin cheesecake bites, and the shot is a big crab apple pie shot.
Meet Sean Gogan, aka the parking lot chef from Hudson, Mass. Not only has he been tailgating for over 30 years, he's the author of 2 tailgate books and adds his own culinary flair to his tailgate on Sundays.
I don't even know who started calling me the parking lot chef, but it got to the point that I was identified by that. From going to all these tailgates, I have hundreds of recipes I've used over the years. Gonna roll out some pizza dough to make a Reuben pizza. Put some Thousand Island dressing on it. Chopped up corned beef, sauerkraut, Swiss cheese, and then a little caraway seed on top. So it's just like having a Reuben sandwich. It helps you figure out how to go to a tailgate. So here's what you prep at home, and here's what you do when you get to the lot, so you're spending more time enjoying the tailgate instead of standing behind the grill.
We're here. So this is today's menu. It's got the breakdown of all the food, the shot, and then after I'm done, we'll take a picture of all of us, and then I'll remember any funny things that happened in there.
These are all our tailgates from the beginning.
Like 8 or 9, 10 years of them here, so a history.
Been tailgating with them for the last 20 years.
Yeah. Okay. How good a chef are you?
Oh, better than he is, but I give him all the credit.
Dude, you're gonna get ejected before it even starts.
Both of them make a great team, Sean and Jay. Jay's the leader. I mean, Sean's the leader. Oh, cut that.
Took a while for me to release my grip on doing everything myself, and I've allowed him to help me, and he's been a fantastic sous chef. I call him my jerk of all trades, and I mean that lovingly. We've worked together for years and great friendship, so that's the nicest thing I'm gonna say the rest of the day. That's it. After that, it's all downhill. I am working on the maple chicken and waffle bites. So I just got to get these things nice and toasty and crispy. Cut them up, put some chicken bites on them, a little bit of maple syrup, toothpick, bang, we're done.
A lot of my recipes they're very simple. Everyone's like, oh my God, this is so good, and it's like, if they only knew it was like 5 ingredients, and it really wasn't that difficult. It's kind of easy sometimes. That's probably the secret that I shouldn't tell anyone.
Hey, where's Sean? I heard you have a hell of a tailgate, man. Got you some beer.
Am I actually gonna take it? Yeah. Oh, this is way easier for him.
Can we open up, see what's inside?
Wow. Nice. And I forgot the beer. Good thing Logan came. Go Pats! If I could say Logan Mankins ate my food, that would make my day.
Definitely trying the root.
All right. Thank you for coming. This is awesome. This is like 328th tailgate. We served over 6,000 people at this point. So we got some new friends, and I'm telling you, this is the best. I just love doing this, and thank you guys so much. Here's to good food, better friends. And I forgot the tallest guy here. That's me. Thank you guys for coming. Drink up. We got some. Eat all the food. We got some steaks coming up. I got some potatoes. Eat, please eat. There's going to be lots of food coming. Thank you. Come again.
Sean is a fantastic chef. He's the leader, and without Sean, we would not have a tailgate. He loves the party. He loves the Patriots. He is a huge Patriots fan. He loves getting everyone together. There is no better tailgate than this one.
Thanks for the good words. I appreciate it. Of course. Yeah, I know it's all lies.
Fantastic. Sean's a great cook. This is like a 10.0 tailgating menu for Sean today. PLC. Here we go.
Awesome, as usual. Can always count on Sean.
I have a mouthful, sorry. But it's so tasty, it's so great. I love it.
Cheers. Cheers. Another one. 328 in the books.
This week's Next Gen Stat brought to you by AWS. When the Patriots play Buffalo on Sunday, be careful if you blitz. Josh Allen has thrown 16 passing touchdowns when blitzed, the most in the NFL, despite having only 122 pass attempts against the blitz.
Easy doing, touchdown, Bills.
Just the poise of Josh Allen under pressure, duress.
Welcome back to Patriots All Access. Time now for A Side of Mayo, brought to you by our friends at Helmets. I want to talk about criticism. You've obviously been criticized as a player. You get criticized as a coach. You have to motivate guys. Is there a fine line between what criticism is, where you're not too rough on a guy, but you got to critique people?
I think the players know, anything I say or any of the other coaches say is to help them become a better football player. And when they become a better football player, we become a better football team. And that's always been my mentality. Criticism is going to happen. Everyone's not a Patriot fan. Everyone's not a Gerard Mayo fan. Everyone's not I understand that. And, I do understand the frustrations that, as we continue to build this thing out. Yep. And saying that, it's fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Like what you said at the beginning when we first started this whole journey, I got to get their trust first, then I could coach them, then I could, you could be critical.
That's right. And I would say, I think I have the trust. I should say I know I have the trust, and I know these guys, even though this season hasn't gone the way that we all wanted it to, they play hard on a down after down basis, and I appreciate that.
All right, game gets moved. Good luck in Buffalo. Bring your thermals.
I got it.
It's going to be a cold one. There you go. There's your head coach. More Patriots All Access. We'll be back right after this.
cowboy hat.
Here's a great example of spreading some holiday cheer.
I look good on you. Oh, you smiling. Got you.
Patriots players Jonathan Jones and Dietrich Wise Jr. hosted 50 children from local homeless shelter programs at Bass Pro for a holiday shopping spree.
Just get one each.
This is one of my favorite events. I've been doing this for a few years.
See the football.
Not only are you doing the Christmas thing, but just giving the kids essentials. You know, it's cold, you know, at this time of the year. And so to be able to gift them with, you know, hats, gloves, and different things that they're going to need, it's awesome. Perfect. Good start. Such a great day, and they really enjoyed it.
That one. Like it? Yep. Let's do it.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Bank of America, official bank of the New England Patriots. By Sports Illustrated Tickets, 50 million sports, concerts, and theater tickets. 0 fees. Fans deserve better. Visit sitickets.com today. And by Cross Insurance, official insurance broker of the New England Patriots.
It, too, was cold and blustery when New England traveled to Buffalo 3 years ago, with winds gusting up to 40 miles an hour. The Patriots would throw the ball just 3 times and rode Damian Harris's 111-yard performance to victory.
To the 50, a burst to the 40, alone to the 20. Damian Harris to the house. Touchdown, Patriots!
Welcome back to Patriots All Access, and I'm Bob's Just Conference Studios, back with Mike Reese and Paul Perillo, and I have to ask you this question, because the way the Patriots start the game and the way the Patriots finish the game, the tempo is different. It's different. I see the way the Patriots finish the game, they have an up-tempo. There's a sense of urgency. Now, I know they took the ball, they received the ball, but why can't they start the game that way?
I mean, it's an interesting point. You know, can they go, no huddle, up tempo from the start of the game? I think that would be a recipe for disaster. With, given the struggles of the offensive line and the pass protection, I think you'd be setting your young quarterback up to fail if you try to go pedal to the metal all the time. Now, can they be more aggressive? I think not necessarily just in play calling, but with fourth down decisions, Mike. Maybe throwing the ball a little bit more in unconventional spots. Short yardage, play action, take a shot. Maybe push the ball down the field a little bit more often. I think all of those things are fair. To your point, Steve, about being more aggressive. But in terms of the tempo, I would worry about that.
Yeah, and players, some receivers, Kayshon Boutte was talking about this after the game, saying the Cardinals playing man coverage and, let's go get them. Let's attack them so they can't adjust to us. So your thought, Steve, sort of echoed by Kayshon Boutte and maybe Pop Douglas. To me, I come back to what we talked about earlier in the show, fundamentals. Until you show that you can block and tackle on a snap, on block and snap on a consistent basis, play by play. I think that you have to show that, Steve, before you can show you can play with tempo when the game is 0-0, not, 30-10 or whatever the score was in the fourth quarter when they're moving the ball down the field.
All right, you mentioned game. I have a new game I want to play.
All right.
Hypothetically, expansion teams coming in. We have an expansion draft.
To the NFL.
To the National Football League.
Love it.
Hypothetical. 5 players you have to protect on this football team. What 5 players would you come up with?
I'm not going to be right out and honest with this. I don't like this game.
You got two right off the top.
No, I'm going to give you 3. I'm going to give you 3 that I'm pretty happy.
I need 5.
Okay?
Yeah,
Drake Maye, Christian Gonzalez, Christian Barmore. Okay? Those 3 guys would be locks for me, and they can play for my team any day.
Can you come up with 2 more?
I could probably come up with 2 more. I think Keon White would probably be in that mix as a younger guy. I'm trying to think about age here, too, Mike. I think they have some good players. Hunter Henry's obviously a good player, but, do I want to have him be one of my 5 protections? I'm not sure where else I go, Mike.
I got Marcus Jones, and
Marcus Jones, that's my fifth. Thank you.
Thank you. We got the top punt returner, in the NFL, and I like the way he plays. Right, his tempo, his urgency. I like that. So more as punt returner, but also on defense. He can be my slot corner. And I don't think he's played as well as he has in the past. But Mike Owenu, just given the offensive line, like I need to start up front, right? And I would almost put him in the Barmore category. Like Christian this year obviously has had some extenuating circumstances, but I think with both those guys, you're betting on the ceiling as much as what we've seen to this point.
On to Buffalo.
Yeah.
Got to go to Buffalo.
Yeah.
Prediction.
This is not going to be an easy task. You watching Buffalo the last couple of weeks, the offense looks absolutely unstoppable. Here's my silver lining, Mike.
Yes.
They're going to be tired. 40-plus points on the road in back-to-back games. Obviously, high-profile games. This one against Detroit, a lot of people were calling a Super Bowl preview. Maybe they just look at it and say, hey, we're rolling here. This team's 3-11. They're struggling. Maybe they're not quite as focused as they might be. Yeah. And that allows you to stay more competitive. But I still see Buffalo, say, 34-20.
And I look at Buffalo. For all those years, the Patriots rolled them, like almost saying, hey, we got an opportunity here to pound them. Let's see how the Patriots respond to that. But I do think the Bills, too much firepower, 34-17.
34-17. All right, guys, I can't disagree with you on this one. I can go right along with you. I am. Yeah. All right, that will do it for this week's edition of Patriots All Access. For Mike Reese and Paul Perillo, I'm Steve Burton. Happy holidays, everyone.